The issue being that the only women who inspire true like physical response from you, the people who you feel as though like, wow, I feel something towards this person on like a carnal level, are like supermodels. Like what's like the standard for
Nah, I don't.
attraction?
No, I don't think they're supermodels, but like, I don't know. How could I
Could you
describe it?
give me
Like,
like a non-doxing example of someone that like does it for you, so I could pull it up and get like a good like concept of it?
mm,
Oh, she's cute. Okay, chat. So
yeah,
this is the standard of like this is like what would be a standard for you, I suppose.
yeah, definitely. Fuck, it would be a dream come true.
No, dude, you've already totally like I don't know. I think the mentality, like the way in which you speak of it to me, is like already putting so much stock in female company, which like isn't bad. Like I know that it's a natural yen to be like, shit, I would love to be with someone. You know, it would be
Yeah,
great
yeah.
to feel that intimacy and the validation therein of like this person wants to spend time with me too, and I get to spend. But like, if you're already looking at anyone being like that would be a dream come true, I think that your dream is too small. You know, like I would implore every single person in my chat, whoever comes into this space, to like not make any woman the object of a dream, you know, because like this is now putting a lot of stock into one, just her physical appearance, and then two, the ways in which this would perceivably elevate your life by having this proximal to you, man. It's like it's a lot of assumption. I don't think that this would be a dream come true. I think that this would be a relationship that you'd have to tend to and water and give actual meaningful info. Like it sounds to me like if I were to diagnose that off that statement alone, and like
Hmm.
obviously stop me after I say this, that like you've put such an importance on people who inspire this feeling in you that you keep harkening back to, you know, like the kind of adrenaline rush. That I think that it
Mm,
would, like, you've already made this more valuable than it's proven itself to be to you. You don't know how this would affect your life. You don't know how it would elevate your self-esteem or your experience of self or your like, you know, day-to-day
mm,
interactions with the world.
yeah, I get what you're saying, but I don't know. Just be nice to like have someone like this beautiful, like that loves me, that like looks this good. I know it's not all about looks, but I think it's way more important than people are willing to admit.
I think it sounds like it's important to you. How old are you, by the way?
25.
25. Okay, word. So looks matter in a lot of ways for people who are valuing looks and looks alone, right? I think that it's a spectrum of experience, but it seems as though for you in particular, you have a fixation on beauty in this context, you know? And I'm not devaluing you by saying that, but it's important that we like
You know,
structure the
I
discussion
agree. I
around what it
definitely
is
agree.
you want, you know? But yeah, man, it sounds like you have things that you enjoy doing, and in a day-to-day context, you're filling your time with things you love. It sounds like, you know, work is work, but work is work for the majority of people, and an electrician's a great trade that can make you a ton. Like, it can build you a very secure future. So there's like
Yeah,
no shame in the labor at all, man. And you
No,
have
yeah,
you
I
have
agree.
like activities that can actually like, you know, bring you social interaction. So it seems as though you're probably not necessarily at this like shortage of abilities, like a shortage of opportunities to connect with people.
Definitely
I
not.
think that you might be ascribing a lack of fulfillment with the work and what it is you're doing to an absence of a partner. And yeah, a partner can bring fulfillment. But I find that oftentimes, so long as I'm experiencing a lack of fulfillment, I'm not really in a good enough place to attract the kind of partner that I want in my life. Does that make sense?
Uh, I don't know if I agree with that, to be
Well,
honest.
tell me more, man.
I feel like what I do for work and like the fulfillment I get out of it has nothing to do with like meeting someone or like, you know what I mean?
Well,
I
I
think
mean
those
more
two things are
your
like
like life contentment, you know, like whether or not you have like let's say like social circles you participate in, friends you give a fuck about, you know, your relationship to family, things of that nature. Like is your time like filled with you know, the interactivity that I think that you might be longing for and are looking for in romantic contexts elsewhere, right?
hmm I mean, like work definitely like it's just I'm an electrician, so I don't really talk. It's more of like a not really social.
For sure.
Like we shoot the shit with the boys, right, at work.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's just do the job, shoot the shit, and go home, right? There's nothing else
Totally.
to it.
So when you do the, shoot the shit, I'm assuming these are kind of surface level interactions for the most part that you're having when you're quote unquote like shooting.
Yeah, like we're not having any deep conversations like this. Like,
I mean, so that might be more of it than right there, right? Like not having that depth of interaction and not having someone to really share yourself with can be something that I think leads us to a desire for romantic connection, as we kind of see that as the only viable conduit for that kind of self-expression, right? Because oftentimes I think that men are particularly, like myself included for a long time, taught that there was a sort of presentation of self in the context of male social circles that was really curated and specific, and then like you were allowed to kind of be like vulnerable and self-confronting around women in another way. Whether or not you've experienced that is another thing, but it's something I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like that is, yeah, I've seen that a lot too. But no, I have like people in my life that I just talk to about anything. I have no shame in like expressing how I feel, like or anything. Like my sister, like we're pretty much like best friends. We talk to each other about anything, like anything you'd think is uncomfortable. Like me and my sister just like we don't give a fuck.
Yo, that's cool as fuck,
right?
Man. Yeah.
So like I don't think that's an issue. I have people I can talk to about whatever I want, you know?
So now I ask again, what does her level of attractiveness matter? I want to get to the core of it. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but I want to get to the core of what it is you want to feel, because that's going to help us rediscover what it is we're actually working towards.
I don't know. I just like beautiful people. Like,
but why?
I just
what does the attention of a beautiful person say that the attention of a non-beautiful person would say? And it's okay to like say like I want you to be self-confronting here. It's okay if you think it's wrong. It's just like it's important to say it.
I mean, I guess it is wrong, but
don't make it a matter of wrong or right. There's no moralistic imperative here. What does it mean to you to get the attention of someone you find more attractive?
I mean, it just feels good. It's just like a nice ego boost. That I don't know.
So
someone like that gorgeous thinks I'm equally as good looking.
So this is the really important thing, I think, is in recognizing that on a grand scale, this person's affirmation will mean a lot less than you think. And that what you feel right now in the absence of it won't be quelled in the presence of it. And you will not feel the validation of the ego, because the ego is the enemy, not the lack of validation towards the ego. The ego does, so long as it yearns, it's never fulfilled, you know? And that person's affirmation isn't going to fill that void. My prediction for you is that the body won't mean anything to you unless this person recognizes it. Is that valid? Like, if you were to look at yourself and say, like, maybe, like, is that something that you'd think, like, yeah, that could happen?
You might be right.
So, like, that's where I question, like, I'm not ever going to tell you, dude, I literally platform going to the gym. Like, that's a huge part of my life and identity. And I started doing it way back in the day for athletic performance, and then it became a matter of like, well, maybe people will like me more if I have this body. Like, dude, it's not until I went on like a fucking 8-month motorcycle trip and came back like skin and bones that I started like getting interest. People were like, you should model and shit, you know? And like that became my fucking profession after. So like me and like my relationship to my body and this cult of masculinity of going to the gym and getting fucking shredded, like that isn't necessarily going to yield more of that. It's about your level of confidence,
think it will,
right?
But I'll feel better about myself.
And you might, you know, that would be cool. But I don't feel as though, based on everything else we've assessed, like let's say we started the conversation now, I would say that I think I would be able to send you off and be like, yes, man, focus on going to the gym, building your body, building your mind, and don't stop that pursuit, because that's still great advice, you know? But it should be to a tailored ideal that you have for yourself, not to whatever you think this person is, 'cause it's all conjecture and it's all stupid, right? But I would say time and time again, of course, that's great, man. Now, the biggest issue, though, is that we have already explored the fact that it isn't acceptance, it isn't love that you're looking for, it's this person's acceptance and love. It is someone who you perceive as being attractive because you exalt the opinions of those who are attractive, you know?
Well, oh, man.
Everything that was mentioned, I mean, like, I hope it's still kind of fresh in your mind. Like, I really want you to write down those 5 things and try to determine who you want to be.
I'll try.
And and then try to find a way to standardize that behavior outward and really practice being the thing that you want to be, the person that you think, like inward, like internally, just inherently, that you believe is like needed by the world and the people around you. Like that's gonna be.
How do I know like what I want to be is?
Is
like
what?
good. You know what I mean?
It's not about good right now. Stop making, don't overcomplicate it beyond you trying to discover who it is you think you want to be, because good, you never know what people want. But the point being is that the more aligned you are with your inherent self, the impulses therein, the thing that you really believe is, and not just your inherent self, but your greatest self.
What if those
The
impulses
idea.
and all?
Sorry, go ahead.
What if all those things are like terrible, like objectively terrible?
Like what?
I don't know. Like for example, if I was like a racist prick, and
Are you a racist prick?
no, I'm not.
Okay, so is this
Like,
is this a straw man that's not like really productive to the discussion?
yeah,
Like we're talking about ideals, right? Look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell anyone to live a life in opposition to what it is they believe would be the best life for them. You know, like the true, like what's truly aligned with their personal philosophies and desires. If that's who you are, you have to suffer the social repercussions of of accepting those, right? But like I'm not going to tell you that. I mean, I will say that I think it's wrong, but there isn't. I'm not God. There isn't. I don't think there's a God, mind you. But like
I know. I think I just realized that like what my ideal self would be like if I wrote those 5 things down and I became that. I feel like it wouldn't be enough to get what I want.
Then fuck that, dude. Fuck what you want. That's your ideal self. Are you kidding me? You've become your ideal self. If you've become your ideal self and you have everything outside of this woman and you still want this woman, then I'll buy it, dude. Then you want this woman more than anything else. And I'll say fucking just build a fallacy. Live the facade. Fuck it. This is more important, obviously. But until you've really done that, I refuse to give that, like, sign off. I've been to countries that so many people are from, and my ability to be like, yo, I've been here. I've been to that small town, and I've played this dumb game with these people and drank this liquor, and like, it's just all these points of human connection that make you closer to the world around you, But it all comes with like also being able to go to those places and be vulnerable and be open, and all these things just continue to weave you tighter to the human collective, man, and make things feel less lonely and make you feel less valueless, because you come to realize that, dude, like we're all like, it's part of, again, in turn, with time, this person gets knocked right back down into the collective with you, because you realize that there isn't any tiering of people, it's just everyone trying to like, get up the courage.
I guess
to,
that's my problem. I don't know. I just can't get over the fact that like this individual is like for some like stupid reason like better than me, like worth more.
Because you've yet to realize, actualize, and commit to the expression of your own value. And I don't know if this has helped, man, but I really hope it has.
No, it has. It has.
I'm giving you some cool shit to think on, man.
Yeah, I needed a reality check.
Hopefully it was helpful, man.
I needed to wake up. I think I'm still sleeping, but
I think that you have good shit to talk about, man. Do you think that you could get me like 5 things by the next like few days, like DM it to me just to like hold you accountable to it,
I can try.
Just say you'll do it, man. Even if you fucking just say you'll do it. Just like make a verbal commitment to it,
Yeah, but I don't want to end up like disappointing you if
But what do I matter? Stop it. Fuck it. Just say you're gonna do it. Commit to it verbally, and then hopefully that carries through.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Hell yeah, dog. I appreciate that. Chat, is this person dope or what? Like they're doing cool shit.
So
they
don't
should
do
stop
that,
hating
please.
themselves.
Please.
Just fucking with you,
I
man.
don't want like people to like pity me.
They're not pitying you. Like that's the thing. Like they're not pitying you.
I find that hard to believe, but whatever.
Of course you do. You're rehabilitating a relationship with the self, man. But these people obviously think you're fucking cool. As do I, man. I had a good time chatting with you. You have a lot of cool fucking interests, man. And I think that you could do really cool shit with your life, given the person that you've described yourself as, man. You got this.